You think you know Christmas? You know the tree, the stockings, and the red suit. But do you know the pooping log, the Christmas witch, or the goat demon that beats naughty children? While the Nativity story provides a central thread, the global celebration of Christmas is actually a chaotic, colorful tapestry woven from pagan rites, medieval feasts, and modern invention. We are going to unravel this yarn today, traveling from the snowy fjords of Norway to the beaches of South Africa to see how humanity lights fires against the dark. Our journey begins in the cobblestone streets of the Netherlands and Belgium. Here, the archetype of the gift bringer first took shape, but he arrives not on Christmas, but on the eve of December 5th, Sinterklaasavond. This is Sinterklaas. He is not a jolly, secular figure, but a tall, slender bishop who arrives from Spain, retaining his full ecclesiastical authority. Children fill shoes with hay for his horse. By morning, the feed is replaced with chocolate letters representing the child's first initial, marzipan, and spiced cookies called peppernoten. Moving east to Germany, the land that gave us the Weihnachtsbaum, or Christmas tree, the folklore splits. In the Protestant north, the Weihnachtsmann delivers gifts, but in the Catholic south, it is the Christkind, an ethereal young girl with golden wings, popularized by Martin Luther to shift focus to Jesus. But the light casts a shadow. In alpine regions, Saint Nicholas is accompanied by Krampus, a horned goat demon who punishes naughty children with birch branches. During the Krampuslauf, hundreds of these masked figures roam the streets, rattling chains to scare spectators. In Poland's Wielkopolska region, the gift bringer is Gwiazdor, the Starman. Dressed in sheepskins with his face hidden by soot, he carries a bag of gifts for the good and a birch rod for the naughty. In the British Isles, the Victorian Father Christmas originally wore green to symbolize spring. The dinner here features the Christmas pudding, a dense fruitcake doused in brandy and set aflame. A non-negotiable element is the Christmas cracker. Invented in 1847 by London confectioner Tom Smith, these paper tubes make a snap sound when pulled, releasing a paper crown, a toy, and a terrible joke. And in Ireland, the day after Christmas belongs to the Wren Boys, men in straw suits who parade a fake bird, a callback to ancient hunting traditions. So, we have bishops, goat demons, and flaming cakes. Europe certainly sets a high bar for intensity. Before we move on, I want to know, would you rather find a chocolate letter in your shoe or face the wrath of Krampus? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more history. We leave the ecclesiastical authority of the bishops behind and travel north. As we cross the Baltic Sea into Scandinavia, the saints disappear, replaced by creatures of the earth who guard the homestead. In Sweden and Norway, the gift bringer is a gnome called the tomte, or niece. He lives in the barn and protects the farm. If you treat him well, with porridge and butter on Christmas Eve, he brings gifts. If you offend him, he might play pranks or even kill your livestock. In Finland, the figure is Joulupukki, literally the Yule goat. This name comes from pagan men who dressed in goat skins. Today, he looks like Santa, but behaves differently. He walks right through the front door while the family is awake and asks, "Are there any good children here?" But Iceland wins for quantity. They have 13 Yule lads, descended from an ogre. They arrive one by one, starting December 12th, to play specific pranks, like licking your spoons, slamming your doors, or swiping your sausages. Personally, I'd be most worried about the sausage swiper. I love sausages. If you were a Yule lad, what prank would you be famous for? The Wi-Fi disconnector, perhaps? Drop your prank name in the comments, and hit subscribe if you're enjoying the tour. Let's thaw out. We leave the biting cold of the Arctic Circle for the sun-drenched coasts of the south. Here, the celebration doesn't end on December 25th. It stretches deep into January. In Italy, the gift-giving peaks on the eve of Epiphany, January 5th. The gifts are brought by La Befana, a witch who flies on a broomstick searching for the Christ child. She leaves candy for the good, and for the naughty, a lump of coal or dark candy that looks just like it. In Spain, the stars of the show are Los Reyes Magos, the three wise men. On January 6th, they arrive in massive parades known as the Cabalgata de Reyes, riding camels and throwing candy to the crowds. But in Catalonia, things get earthy. Meet the cagatillo, a log that children beat with sticks until it poops presents. They also hide the caganer, a defecating peasant figurine, inside the holy nativity scene for good luck. In Greece, St. Nicholas is just the patron of sailors. The gifts come on New Year's Day from Agios Vasilis, St. Basil, a tall, lean bishop with piercing eyes. A pooping log. I told you this global tapestry was colorful. Which of these visitors would you prefer? The three wise kings or the Christmas witch? Vote in the comments. And if you're enjoying this tour, please subscribe. From the warm sea, we turn back toward the bitter cold. We cross into the Slavic lands where the frost isn't just weather, it is a person, a powerful figure from mythology. In Russia and Ukraine, we meet Ded Moroz, Grandfather Frost. Unlike the rotund Santa, he is tall, slender, and often wears a blue or silver coat embroidered with frost patterns. He is the only gift bringer who travels with a partner, his granddaughter, Snegorochka, the Snow Maiden. Together, they distribute gifts not on Christmas, but on New Year's Eve. There is something undeniably magical about a frost wizard and a snow maiden arriving on a sleigh of 3 horses. Would you trade Santa's elves for a magical granddaughter sidekick? Let me know below. And don't forget to like this video if you're learning something new. We leave the snow entirely behind and cross the sea to a continent where faith and carnival collide under the sun. Here, the traditions of colonial Europe have been remixed into something entirely new. In Ethiopia, Christmas is known as Ghana and is celebrated on January 7th. It is deeply religious. The faithful dress in the Netela, a white shawl with bright stripes for solemn worship. In West Africa, the legacy of colonialism brings Father Christmas, but he's been reinvented. In Nigeria, he might appear on stilts. In Ghana, the new year brings the Winneba Fancy Dress Festival, a carnival of masquerades. And in South Africa, Christmas is in midsummer. Forget the roast turkey. Here, the holiday means a beach visit and a braai, a festive outdoor barbecue. BBQ on the beach for Christmas? That sounds like a tradition I could get used to. What is your ideal Christmas dinner? Roast turkey or a beach BBQ? Tell us in the comments. We now cross the Indian Ocean to the east. Here, ancient Buddhism meets modern commercialism. And as we move further south, winter turns back into summer once again. In Japan, Christmas is largely secular, a romantic date night for couples. And the traditional feast? A bucket of fried chicken. But they also have a traditional counterpart, Hoteosho, a Buddhist monk with a large belly and, remarkably, eyes in the back of his head to watch the children. In the Philippines, the season is long and intense. Santa, or Papa Pasko, often wears his heavy red suit despite the tropical heat. Down under in Australia and New Zealand, Santa adapts to the summer. He trades the sleigh for a surfboard, or perhaps a pickup truck pulled by 6 white boomers, kangaroos. Eyes in the back of his head, that is actually terrifyingly practical for a Santa figure. We are nearing the end of our journey. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that button now. Question: is it strange to eat fried chicken for Christmas? Or is it genius? Discuss. Finally, we cross the vast Pacific to the New World. It is a land of deep syncretism and the birthplace of the modern Santa Claus we know today. In Latin America, traditions blend. In Chile, Old Man Christmas enters through the window because there are no chimneys. In Brazil, Papai Noel wears silk to stay cool. And in Venezuela, it is often the baby Jesus himself who delivers the gifts. In North America, the modern Santa was engineered. He evolved from a Dutch sailor in green, satirized by Washington Irving, to the red-suited figure of Thomas Nast, to the jolly Coca-Cola drinking grandfather created in 1931. North of the border, Canada has its own claim. In 2008, the government officially declared Santa a Canadian citizen. And in Quebec, the celebration centers on the Réveillon, a massive feast held after midnight mass. But even here, diversity survives. In the swamps of Louisiana, Papa Noel is pulled by alligators, guided by bonfires on the levees. And in the Southwest, he wears cowboy boots. From alligators to silk suits, the Americas prove that traditions adapt to survive. We've seen it all now. Which version of Santa do you grow up with? Let us know in the comments. Whether you are lighting a candle, beating a log, or sharing a bucket of chicken, the impulse is the same: to gather together against the dark. This has been the global tapestry of Christmas. Which tradition do you think your country should adopt? I'm voting for the nap taking in the barn with the tomte. Leave your answer in the comments below. If you learned something new, please like this video and subscribe for more educational adventures. Until next time, happy holidays, and stay curious and jolly.